Hey there everyone, and welcome to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Today's video is going to be all about mini arcades. That's right, first up we've got some speculation on what the next release could be coming from New Wave Toys. But if you're not big on speculation videos, stick around because we've also got the latest official release from Quarter Arcades, now available for pre-order. It's all coming up right after this. Alright everyone, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If this happens to be your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscription button, click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video, give this one a thumbs up, and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. So let's start off by talking about New Wave Toys. Now recently they released their Zoltar animatronics. You can see it behind me over there. I did do a review video for it recently, so if you haven't had a chance to check that out, go ahead and check that out. But we've also been waiting for their next big announcement, and we knew from Shiloh, the owner of New Wave Toys, that it was going to be a cab that came out originally in 1983. That was all the hint that he would give us. We've since then seen a bunch of different ideas of what it could possibly be, but New Wave Toys just recently dropped a picture on their Instagram, and a lot of people think they know what it might be. Let's check it out. Alright, and here we are. This picture was recently dropped on New Wave Toys' Instagram page. You can see here the blue silhouette of what appears to be an arcade cabinet. Now, this is pretty typical of New Wave Toys. Just about when they're ready to announce what their next release is going to be, they will drop these pictures, these blue silhouettes, giving people, an idea of what could be coming next. Now, they did this a little while back with the silhouette of what appeared to be a miniature pinball machine, and that's exactly what it turned out to be, a 1/6 scale pinball replica, the Gottlieb pinball table black hole. That's something that they're going to be bringing out probably sometime next year. Now, as I said, they just released their Zoltar animatronics, and Shiloh, the owner of New Wave Toys, has said that their next one that they plan on announcing was going to be another arcade game replicate with an arcade game that originated in 1983. Now, this has led a lot of people to wonder what it could be, with a lot of different cabs being, tossed about. But now that this has dropped and now people have seen this silhouette, most people have figured out what they think this is actually going to be. Let's check this out. So what we're looking at here is a game called Crystal Castles. Now, Crystal Castles did come out in 1983. It was released by Atari. It is another one of Atari's trackball-based games. In the game, you play Bentley Bear, and you're trying to gather up all these crystals, almost, Pac-Man-like, as you go through a maze, except you use a trackball to move around instead of a joystick. You're trying to avoid all these different creatures, trees, witches, all kinds of different things as you go from stage to stage, from maze to maze, gathering up all of the crystals. It is a fun game. It's something that Arcade 1-Up has put on some of their Atari Legacy cabs recently, but not something that we've seen an official release of, in looking like an actual Crystal Castles arcade. So doing my best to try to put these side by side, you can see the silhouette here, how this comes up like this, the kind of waterfall control deck here. It really does seem to line up. Even the back, this little notch here in the back, lines up with Crystal Castle. So I'm inclined to believe that the people who have made this, assumption that, yes, the next one from New Wave Toys is going to be Crystal Castle are dead on. It really does look like this is what the cab is going to be. And I think this would actually be something really interesting from them if they do it. First off, it's a very interesting looking cab. Very colorful, lot of stuff going on the side here, on the front, art-wise. You've got the little speakers up here, which will be faux speakers. They usually have a speaker on top or on the back. For this kind of stuff, you've got the trackball and a jump button. So there's not a lot of controls to this. New Wave Toys, I will say, is kind of hit or miss with their mini trackballs. Missile Command is not bad. It's fairly easy to play, just because you're kind of moving your crosshair around to get the missiles. There's not a lot of fast movement in Missile Command that much. A little as as the stages progress, but not so much. In Crystal Castle, there's a lot of rolling around and fast movement as you're trying to move Bentley Bear around the maze. So how well this mini trackball does that will, be kind of interesting. However, with this announcement, there is something else to consider, and this is another product from New Wave Toys that was announced recently and put up for pre-order. This is their Golden Tee Replicade, and this is I think the pre-order is done on this now, but this is supposed to come out probably sometime in November. This Crystal Castles probably won't come out till later on in the year or the beginning of next year. So this is something that will be available before the Crystal Castles one comes out. And you can see that one of the options here was to get this upgraded control panel. This is a full-size control panel designed by GRS to go with the Golden Tee Replicade. This is something that's going to allow you to plug into your Replicade, wired, wireless, whatever, plug the Replicade into your TV and play Golden Tee on your TV, or just play it on the little screen if you want, but with full-sized controls. Now, the possibility exists that this might also work with Crystal Castles. You've got a trackball, all you need is one button, and there's multiple here. They could map the jump button to this right here. There's a distinct possibility that even though this trackball controller is themed for Golden Tee, for those of you who have ordered this or plan on ordering this, maybe this is something you'll also be able to use with the Crystal Castle Replicade. And I think that adds a lot more value to this, which is actually a rather expensive product from New Wave Toys. If this is something that can be usable with other Replicades. So again, something we'll have to wait and see. This is pure speculation on my part. Actually, this whole thing is speculation, although I think based on, what I showed you with the silhouette from New Wave Toys with the picture of a real Crystal Castles, it's pretty much guaranteed that that's the one they're going to be releasing. Again, we should know more in a day or two, possibly even later today. We'll just have to wait and see. But for me, the more interesting thing is, will this trackball controller from GRS also work with Crystal Castles if that happens to be the next one coming out? We'll just have to wait and see. But that's it for New Wave Toys. Like I said, for now, really all we know is that they've dropped this picture of a silhouette. Whether or not it's actually Crystal Castles, whether or not, if it is, it'll work with the Golden Tee control panel, is something we will just have to wait and see. But I think we're pretty much, right, the people who are saying that this is looking like it's going to be Crystal Castles. It does feel that way to me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that's what it is? Do you think it's Crystal Castles? If so, is that one of the Replicades you would be interested in? Are you more interested in it if the thought exists that the full-size control panel from GRS will also work with Crystal Castles? Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But now let's move on and let's talk slightly bigger yet still mini arcades, quarter arcades. So this is one that's been teased from Quarter Arcades for a while, something we knew that was coming, but is finally now available for pre-order. This is their BurgerTime replica arcade machine. Like I said, pre-orders are live now from the Quarter Arcades website. You can see the pricing here, £199, $229 US or 229 euros. The pre-orders are available through the end of August at this special pricing. I think they go up by about $20 or $30 after the pre-order is done. So I think normal price is going to be like $250 US, something along those lines. But for now, until the end of August, you can pre-order this at this slightly lower price. It looks like they expect delivery by the end of this year or the beginning of next year. But let's check this out a little bit more and get a little more information. All right, so here we are. This is the little sizzle reel that Quarter Arcades has put out for their BurgerTime replica. Again, this is quarter scale, so slightly larger than the New Wave Toys 1/6 scale machines. You can see, just like with New Wave Toys, their stuff is fully functional, fully operational. You've got illuminated marquees, you've got coin buttons that light up, you've got controls here. I'm assuming probably a 4-way joystick, because that's what BurgerTime would use. A little pepper spray here, things here. And this has an internal battery, volume control, all that kind of stuff. The typical stuff that we're used to seeing from quarter arcades. One thing that they don't do that New Wave Toys typically does is they don't have any kind of HDMI out where you can play this like on a TV screen or something like that. Looks like it is going to have menu dip switches, so you can change the way the game plays, just like the arcade. There you go. Just to go over some of the info on this real quick, again, this is available on their website. You've got official Data East product, quarter scale, wooden replica of the original BurgerTime arcade cabinet launched in 1982. So interestingly enough, we're getting a 1983 game from New Wave Toys and a 1982 game from Quarter Arcades. Authentic replica includes original side art, buttons, 4-way joystick, yep, illuminated marquee and coin doors, fully playable with the arcade ROMs, dip switch access from classic game ROM for various game settings to enhance your experience, blah, blah, blah. Saves high scores. The screen is 5 inches, 3-watt built-in speakers, powered via USB-C with the cabling included, equipped with an internal chargeable battery for portability, and the dimensions here. But there you have it. Not much more to say about Quarter Arcades. If you're a fan of Quarter Arcades, if you're a fan of the game BurgerTime, then this is one that you might want to check out and pick up, especially now while it's slightly discounted for the pre-order time. Again, that pre-order time goes through the end of August, so you've got a little over a month to decide if it's something that you want to pick up. Again, just like New Wave Toys, Quarter Arcade is really good at making replicas of the original arcade games. You can see that side art there, the cutouts for the chef hat, all that kind of stuff, really reminiscent of the original arcade game. So they really do a great job when it comes to that. Now, how well these things play, that's not something that I know a lot about in terms of Quarter Arcade. I have a lot of the New Wave Toy stuff. I've never gotten any of the Quarter Arcades. Maybe one of these days I'll pick one of them up and check them out for myself. But for those of you who are fans of them, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is this one that you're excited to see them release and one that you want to pick up? Let me know. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, leave me comments below. Let me know your thoughts on New Wave Toys. Do you think it's going to be Crystal Castle? And if so, is that one that you're going to be interested in picking up? And then, of course, with Quarter Arcades, are you more interested in some of the bigger size arcade machines? And if so, is BurgerTime one you're excited to get? Let me know your thoughts below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, leave me a thumbs up as well. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do that too. That's all for now, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Again, it's still summer out. It's still hot out. Stay inside, play your games, have some fun. Take care.